Andrew Schulz was on Patrick Bet-David podcast. And I think it's Beck, right?
I have no idea.
Patrick Bet-David. Yeah.
Bet-David.
Say that Indian nigga.
And I watched
Muslim.
like 80% of it. I almost finished the whole thing. I think probably with some of the clips I did see the whole thing. But that was the first time I watched the show in entirety, because the last time I watched them was when they were going at Charlamagne. Because they had issues with something he said. We essentially had a video.
Something he said politically, right?
Something he said politically.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was, but
Getting mad
niggas had crazy smoke for him, though. Like, niggas had crazy smoke for him.
For Charlamagne?
For Charlamagne. Because they made a fake book.
He must have said something stupid.
They made a fake book about, oh, damn, I fucked the rotation up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They created a book talking about, talk about how you got your privilege in America. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? I almost
they were trying to challenge his view of what he thought black privilege was or something.
Exactly. So pretty much what I want to say is,
saying he was a hypocrite.
I don't know their names and I wish I did. This podcast, after watching a full episode for the first time with Schulz on, is one of the cringiest podcasts I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah. And this episode helped me realize that.
And everybody has a special level of cringe that they all fulfill. Patrick Bet-David has the lowest level of cringe, I'll say. All of them have an inflated level of cringe when it comes to Black America. The confidence that they speak about what Black America needs is fucking mind-blowing.
They said that shit like they got N-word passes.
They got Patrick Bet, parading as, a fucking
a person of color.
Person of color.
Well, he is a person of color, but yeah.
I'll put your mic back on.
This nigga Patrick Bet-David talking about impersonating a person of color.
Yeah.
He's almost like doing what Kamala Harris be doing. Like, she's really Indian. She's not black.
Right.
Or
Nah, but he's
Nikki
not,
Haley, whatever one of them.
He's not trying to appear black.
He's not.
But he's also the voice of blackness up there.
There was a joke that they said in this podcast. Somebody said, "You're the closest to black."
Yeah,
to him,
and that's a joke, but that's serious.
They're dead ass, yeah.
I can't remember what his last name is, but Patrick Bet-David's cringiness is never turning the salesman off. That's his cringiness.
Yeah. He's always in that mood. He's always in that zone.
No matter what we're doing, I'm trying to sell you on something. Like, one thing that he did was, first of all, Schulz had a great performance on here. So in terms of like overall being a podcast host, he killed it. He crushed it. I think he had good points on certain things. Patrick Bet-David was pretty much saying that he would do good with the night show. And I think he would just too as well. Because Schulz has always been more tapped into politics. And I mean,
he would, but I didn't like all that shit.
I didn't either.
I feel like they like each other too much. You know what I mean?
Those two did?
Yeah.
Patrick Bet-David and Schulz?
It's like, it was weird.
It was weird. I mean, it was weird because they got Schulz in, right? This is another thing that's cringy. They got Schulz in. Schulz is the coolest person that all of them know. No questions asked. Because it was like the fact that he was there, they're like, oh my God, we get to ask all the questions because you be hanging out with black people sometimes. So I'm going to ask you all the questions of things that happen in the black community. And you know 50 Cent. Let me just ask you about the lawsuit. Let me ask you about Jay-Z. Let me ask you about Diddy. And there's multiple times Schulz is like, look, just to be fair, to be clear, I really don't know anything about that shit.
Yeah, I'm actually not black.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So with all this black infatuation you got going on.
Just have to keep in mind, just because I hang out with black people, like, what the fuck, nigga? I can't answer all the black questions.
Let me call Charlamagne real quick.
Yeah, just like weird shit. So that was cringy. This nigga is the worst. He's number one on my cringing meter. Him, for sure. And one thing as well, the overall title of this is going to be, this podcast is cringy, but him and the other nigga, y'all had a different energy, because I remember that energy y'all had vividly for Charlamagne. You're supposed to kind of semi-match that energy even when his homeboy's there. Nigga, he went straight pussy. He went straight bitch made, because first of all, at the end of that clip, you said, Charlamagne, fuck you. You did not have that energy when his homeboy was there. And it's not that you didn't have that energy, It's all of a sudden you have nothing to say. Charlamagne's up. You said fuck you last time.
And even if
You
it
know what I'm
wasn't a
saying?
real fuck you still got to explain the emotion that you felt.
Yeah. You gave this weird synopsis and you said at the end of the day, fuck you, Charlamagne. That's what you
ambiguous.
said.
That's how he ended it. That's how you know he meant it.
That's how and then Patrick Bet-David just said, wow, okay. And the clip literally ended. So this nigga went straight pussy and bitch in front of Schulz. And then the other dude did it as well too. The only reason the other dude stood on his a little bit more is because, first of all, they didn't even know who the fuck Charlamagne was. He said they didn't even do their research on Schulz for real, for real. They said to Schulz, speaking of that, I saw you do content with Schulz. I saw you do content with Charlamagne, like them niggas just did a collab or some shit.
Like tagged him in the post.
Yeah, like
But
just that's weird in
But as
itself.
far as what y'all was saying, it was just like, yo, you rub me the right way, I rub you the right way. They was just kind of rubbing each other
That's
the
all that
right way
shit.
the
That's
whole
all it
time.
was. It was
Literally,
weird.
like it was a circle jerk. They was just circle jerking each other.
But the other dude, they all have play this clip.
Yeah, I just rotated it.
Okay. I don't know.
Americans are even in touch with what's going on in the military right now. 1%. We have no clue what's going on in the military. He served in the military.
Going on this cracker one more time. Go back to the beginning. See, this nigga was also bullshit.
And I feel like sometimes I'll watch people and I'm like, I feel like they're really living. I've never like been in the moment that much. Like,
bro,
this is drugs, right?
He has straight grifter vibes, bro. You don't believe none of this shit. It's
You know
like
what I'm saying?
he'll stay and play his little background or whatever, and then when his time comes up, the only thing he's good for is having a clear, concise. It's always bullshit though. It's like as soon as one person pushes back, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Nigga, you just have some hot shit to say all the time. You don't even stand on your points. Then you went bitch when Charlamagne came up. You got quiet as fuck all of a sudden. You said fuck you last time. See, that's the thing. It's like, obviously that's your homeboy. Like that's Schulz is Charlamagne's homeboy. So you're not gonna say, I doubt a rational person will be like, yeah, last time I said fuck Charlamagne, but you can at least say I don't fuck with him. Like Sloth can never come up and I just won't casually be like, oh yeah, I don't fuck with him, but I mean, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping that energy, even in front of his best friend.
And if it's F you to Charlamagne, then it's so. I feel this way about Charlamagne to Andrew Schulz.
Yeah.
Like that's what he says to Andrew Schulz.
You
like,
could just be like, I really don't like your boy.
yeah, like why did Charlamagne do this?
Yeah.
To kind of bring it up in a,
And they tried to do that. They tried to ask, so he's cringy level number 1. And it's like, bruh, it be quiet. The vibes be kind of okay. But we're also just always keep in mind, we're balancing and trading cringe this whole time, right? So just like, always keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And then this nigga comes out with a take like this. Oh my God, their takes on Black America. Actually, go to Patrick Bet-David's clip first.
Yo.
Because this clip will sum up how Black people are viewed on this podcast.
What is this? Is this like a
Valuetainment?
Nah, like, because you have the red pill side of content. Like, what is this side? Because I feel like it's glimpses of like red pillness,
Daily Wire.
but it's not really Confederate.
No,
it's not
it
racist.
is. It is.
A
It's
sprinkle
gl-
of Daily
because
Wire
the
in there.
dude with the green bomber jacket on, he's from the Red
I was about to
Pill
say
spot.
he looks like an affiliate.
Yeah, he's a fucking grifter. Like he was on that wave when that wave was dying out. He got blessed that Patrick Bet-David said, "Come over here."
Give him some opportunity.
Yeah, I went to the bottom clip that had Patrick Bet-David's face on it.
Okay.
They covered up one bottle of Fiji with their logo, but didn't do the other one.
Yeah, click on this one.
It's interesting.
One of these videos, this is the video, I think. This is about to describe how this podcast, the host of this podcast, and this is an even sentiment. This is what they think about Black people. This is how this is the lens they view us through. Just
They
listen
all
to-
nodded
Yeah,
unanimously.
listen to this shit.
And the first time I saw him, I was like, bro, what do you have on all these dudes in Hollywood?
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I don't even know what you talk about.
Yeah.
Dude, he's that guy.
But listen, to me, it stops with Diddy at the Tupac story. That's what stops for me. Because, you go down the rabbit hole and you're just curious about a topic and a story. You keep going down, and then you bring detectives and you're talking to guys that were involved. And eventually like, yeah, no. And I was a kid, 2 days, 3 days, I would say, in high school was like days that I was startled, confused, in pain, hurt, Magic getting AIDS when he came out and did the HIV positive interview.
Yeah.
You know, it was Michael retiring and he's stepping away from the game, and it was Tupac getting killed.
Yeah.
Those 3 days
Wait,
were the days where
three
Pause,
of the most prominent events in Black history. This nigga, that's his influence. Like that's what struck him.
That's like
That's crazy.
It's like back to back to back.
And my nigga, MJ catching age, MJ retiring, and what was the last one?
Tupac
Tupac's dying.
He didn't even give a fuck about Biggie.
Yeah,
Just
Pac said fuck Biggie.
So that
Niggas, I'm not spending
when I
another
say
dime in
this
Vegas.
is a cringe fest.
yeah.
I was like when that came
That's
up,
what
I
made
said,
this Muslim man cry 3 times in
I
his
said,
youth.
wow, those are the 3 moments.
And it's-
Those were your moments.
and I wonder,
Interesting.
I genuinely
Like, what
wonder.
the fuck are we watching right now?
That's why it things about Black America sound like that. You only watching sports and rap.
Yeah, this is crazy. That's why they view that shit.
Why would he say that in front of Andrew? I'm trying to think like
Because
This is the coolest
Andrew's
person
not-
they know.
And he's not black enough to be like, yo, that was stupid. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes.
Not even enough. He's just not black.
and
Yeah.
white people think like this too.
He probably thought it was some fly
A
shit.
lot of he definitely thought this was some fly
thought it
shit.
was some fly
He
shit.
definitely thought it was some fly
nah,
shit.
talking about Andrew thought it was some fly shit?
Andrew
No,
knew it was
Patrick
corny.
David thought it was fly.
Yeah. Nah, Andrew
Yeah.
knew it was stupid.
Andrew knew it was corny, but he's not gonna like
not gonna
make.
do it to
He's
him.
not gonna
Not gonna be like
embarrass
that.
Because they
Yeah.
keep blowing smoke up each other's asses.
Yeah.
Like, especially after that circle jerk they just did. I can't really hold you accountable, nigga.
Literally.
If it was Steiny who said that, he would
Cook
bark
Steiny's-
back. He would cook.
It's like, Steiny, whoa. Nigga, he would stop him in his tracks.
This whole thing was a fucking cringe fest. And then okay, go back to that first video that you had pulled up. So this is fresh off. Schulz brought up like a really good point about you can just play it because fuck this nigga. We don't need to put him on the screen.
All right.
Schulz brought up a point about how like America's not unified or anything like that. What?
Not you, just the point that, like, obviously, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Schulz is smart.
This
Yeah,
is his
genius.
solution.
There's one national anthem out here. I don't know what the black national anthem is.
start from the
I don't want to. That we have to do the pledge in school at the very least.
This is gonna solve our
and then
unity issue.
the national anthem. Look, respect to my black friends out there. There's one national anthem out here. I don't know what the black national anthem is. I don't want a Jewish national anthem. I don't want an Asian national. I don't want Italian. I don't want a bambaleo. I just want the national anthem. and then national service. What percent of Americans are even in touch with what's going on in the military right now? 1%. We have no clue what's going on in the military. He served in the military. You served in the military. We're so disconnected and fragmented from what people are doing to risk their lives
Good point.
in America right now. We have no clue.
Pause it real quick.
And
I
everybody's
wasn't even talking
indoctrinated.
about himself right now.
73%. And is this done live? Are they pulling this up live?
Yeah, like during the show.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like an after, like a video being made of this nigga.
No. This is during the show.
These niggas got facts.
Yeah.
Yo, why is it? And like even his first point, like, look, shout out to all my black friends. Like, what's up with the prefacing the shout out to my black friends?
The undertones of racism in this show are through
like nobody cares
the
about
fucking roof.
nobody cares about these white people.
And it's the ignorance. It's the level of ignorance.
They think highly of themselves, and that's a fucking problem. No, but like, yeah, black people don't care about you niggas.
I think they think they're more experienced in this realm than they actually are.
I just find it fascinating that like a group of white folks could just confidently like, yeah, this is definitely what's going on with Black America. That is just crazy to me.
Nah, that is insane.
But that's what also that's what fucks Candace Owens up a little bit is because they don't like her because she'll have Black American conversations with people like this. But they're all
and
the
take
same
them serious.
and take their thing serious.
Yeah.
And Candace will like represent, but then she'll also like
Yo, girl.
they're gonna bring in they're gonna speak about the facts. It is probably gonna be unflattering facts. She's gonna be like, yeah, that she'll at least add a little bit of commentary, but like if she doesn't push back the whole time, they're gonna tell her how black people are operating outside.
Essentially.
I don't know.
Tell her about the cocoa
I
butter.
didn't think Andrew Schulz was this cool. Like I didn't think he was black cool for white people.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, he's cool.
Yeah,
He's cool.
for
That's
sure.
exactly
For
what he
sure.
is,
He's
bro.
definitely black cool for white people.
That's exactly what it is.
You got to remember his first base was a black audience.
Nigga, he played Jay Williams.
Charlamagne
Charlamagne
Charlamagne gave him his YouTube channel to put his comedy on.
Yeah, his comedy. I guess Miyagi was Patrice, so I guess he was around a bunch of niggas all the time.
Yeah,
And he's one of the rare white comics that kind of blow up in the black world first,
right.
and then get a white American.
Blow. I get what you mean.
Not
but
blow
I
up
know what
in
you
the
mean.
black world, but we
Andrew
celebrated him
does
before.
have a weird acceptance by
Yeah.
niggas.
Well,
And it's
one of-
because we
well, one of the-
celebrated him before white people really did.
Same with
I don't know
Jim
about
Carrey.
that. I don't know about
One
that.
of our greatest.
And
No, Jim Carrey for
Gary-
sure.
How you
Jim
feel
Carrey.
about Gary Owens too? You think it's the same effect?
I don't find it funny.
Guys,
It's a little too much.
I
But
think
that's
we're being,
but personal. But black people do tolerate.
I think we're
It's-
being niggas.
He has a full black market.
It's actually black and
That's
Andrews. Now I'm thinking about it.
primarily his
It's not
market.
even-
Okay,
it's
give
not
me
even-
Gary
it's not even
Owens.
close. It's
It's not
way
even close.
blacker. Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
yeah, that's his market. Literally.
White people don't go to his show.
I
at
think
all.
you just need a couple black people for it to be a lot. That's what it's sounding like. Gary V has a lot of black people.
Not Gary V.
Gary Owens.
Gary
Owens. Gary Owens.
Gary Owens.
And
yeah,
you
yeah,
all
yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Owens black as shit.
There's another
should be
clip. I
asking
think it's
him.
the second to last clip.
Gary Owens might be blacker than you.
I'm not sure. Just play the second and the third
trying
clip.
to
Just
find
because I just want y'all to hear the fold in these niggas' voices.
The second and the third is what you're saying?
Why are all of them like that? That is so whack.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all got to hear his voice though, because this is number 2 in the cringe awards on this podcast.
Yeah, and they all, and you can tell they're all salesmen or ex-salesmen. But that's the
That's the
thing.
foundation.
That's the thing with like salesmen. You can't never really tell if a nigga was successful in the past, except
Yeah.
Patrick. You could tell he was a little successful,
Yeah, because he's doing this.
and you can see it.
Yeah, these are white boys that got opportunities. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was
Was
gonna
that
say-
all?
Well, shout out to back. Okay, well, Father, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
he did
right.
do
wake
this
up this
shit.
I
morning.
forgot about that. Hip Boss. Yeah, I screen recorded this just because I thought it was hilarious because
Is this serious?
Yeah,
this is
real.
dead serious because at the beginning of the podcast, I didn't realize this was going to happen either. But Patrick McDavid was like, let's go ahead and pray. And then he said, Andrew, you want to go ahead and pray so we can start the podcast? I said, do they do this every week? This is so
I
conservative.
thought there was a little more context. I thought he made him do it because like there was something that he was fucking up. It was something to that degree.
Oh, I thought.
But even then-
Like he
they
was
made
like,
it-
we supposed to be. Like, he said something about like church that got canceled or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It
Yeah,
was
'cause
something that happened.
They normally don't do Sunday shows or Sunday
that's
premieres.
what it was. It's
Yeah.
normally not Sunday shows.
So since it was
supposed
Sunday,
to be worshiping Allah, so
they asked Andrew to do the prayer.
He's not Muslim.
We won't do the prayer. But I thought it was hilarious because when it happened, Andrew deflected it immediately first. And then he
It's like,
said,
whoa, that
then
got you.
He's like, this is real.
he deflected it with a joke. Then he said, oh, no, they're waiting for me to pray. So let me get this prayer going and just lace this prayer to make it funny as hell, you know? But
I wonder how hard.
it definitely took him off guard for a second.
Yeah, but he's like, all right, we here. Fuck
yeah,
it.
fuck it, I'm going to do it.
I wonder.
He's like, I thought this was a joke.
I wonder how hard this was for Andrew. Like, I wonder if he just actually just sat through this podcast like it was a regular time, or if he got that same feeling he had with Steiny, which is like, yo, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
Yeah, but they got more clout than Steiny, so.
And he
they
actually
play
likes
nice.
these niggas before.
And they're not as squirmy.
There's a mutual respect. Like
I definitely think he thinks. I definitely think in terms of like the cringe shit, he agrees. Like because this is objective cringiness, you know what I'm saying? But
even the compliments, like they just tell each other exactly what they want to hear. Like
was-
he be telling the nigga all the time, he's like, yo, you can be the president. And then Patrick would be like, yo, you could be the next Jay Leno.
yeah, it's a lot of just.
you could be the next. And it's unfortunate because, like, especially with that last white dude, as soon as he preferenced, like, yo, shout out to all my black friends, it's like, oh my God,
Yeah, fuck that nigga.
You lost.
who are those Mexicans?
And I'm gonna stand on that the next time you come up too.
Yeah, who are those Dominicans?
parading around. They probably extorting that nigga.
You want to go to the next one?
Gotcha.
Nah,
got it, yeah.
nah, it's all good. Let's go over to